But what do you do when the clout runs the fuck out? Because clout does run out. Explain that.
What do you do after the clout runs out?
Yeah, because it does run out. Because no one is meant to be together forever.
Right.
It runs out.
But I feel like when the clout does run out, you're gonna be at a standstill because you clouted for so long.
Right.
And you've done it for so long to so many people. It's like you have to figure out who you are.
They did wait.
Because at that point, you're so used to clouding off of everybody and being everybody. To me, when you cloud off of somebody, you're taking up their soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to be like them.
You're trying to be like them, exactly. So at that point, you're trying to be like such and such, or such and such, such and such. So because you have to fit in with everybody's personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you're picking up those soul ties.
Yep.
I call them soul ties. You got to pick up those soul ties. So when you're with this person, you gotta be this particular way. When you're there with that person, you gotta be a particular certain person. And then when you're at home, you're like,
you exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
You go out.
You know what I'm saying?
Because your old ass can't keep up the young motherfucker. That's
right,
what it is.
because you're so tired of being everybody's puppet because you had to fit in with what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be yourself. So when you're at home, when the doors are closed, then you can be yourself.
That's what Lil Wayne was explaining.
But then when they leave you, right? When they leave you and they all disappear and they all elevate and they're like, oh, you're too small for me. I ain't worried about you no more. You're going to sit there and you're going to think about, what do I do? Because
you done clouded all your fucking life. See, that's the thing. When you clout off of people so much, that's why I say, if you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. I just chose not to do this shit. But if the time is right to work with somebody, it's going to be genuine. But if you just sit there and you clout every day for the next 3 years, and you do all this content and you make all this money with these people, that's why I say clout has an expiration date on it. What do you do when you don't have them people around you? You do nothing. You never found yourself. You see what I'm saying? You might come from being a skinny female to having all kind of plastic surgery. So when you do lose that person, now you look at yourself as, I really never just wanted all of this.
Right.
So you just fall in the fucking line. You just fall right into the trap and you just sit there and you just, free clout off a person 24/7.
Right.
It doesn't show that you can do it on your own.
Right.
It doesn't show that you can really do it on your own.
Like where's your hustle at?
I can name drop a lot of people that's right now doing that today in Texas, but I'm not gonna be mean on here today. I'm gonna be kind, okay? We're gonna leave it at that. But if you do decide to speak about me, because like I said, I hear silence, I will name drop that shit because I don't think that your hustle is that brilliant without Tom, Dick, and Harry. I think if Tom, Dick, and Harry leave you for the rich, what do? You pick up off who that person is. So basically, you're doing videos acting like that person,
right?
Because who are you now,
right?
I just think that's a big problem in influencing and the whole internet world. I just think that you have to find yourself, and if you don't find yourself in a hurry, your channel's not your channel.
Right.
Put it like that. Your channel's not your channel. Like if someone helped you out for 3 to 6 months off of you having no subscribers, right? And you all of a sudden hit 20,000 subscribers. That's not your channel. That is not your channel. To me, it belongs to the person that helped you, the person that you clout off of. It's not your channel. You might well pay that person, right? So that's why I say if you can't show what you did to create 10, 15,000 subs on your own, you have no hustle. You're just a clout chaser.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've heard before that we have a lot of dead weight. I can't speak on that, but we got dead weight. But it is what it is. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm just like, that's not taking losses. You know they say you got to take losses to start winning. That's not taking losses.
Right. And I just hate that. I just hate that the people when they're at their most highest, right? Because they've done clouded, they done got where they needed to be at. They're at their highest elements, right? And then when they're at their highest element, they want to turn to God.
Speak on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Speak on that.
You want to turn to God and tell God and give all these scripture quotes and because of God I did this, and because of God, and I'm glad I ain't that type of person to do X, Y, and Z. I'm glad I ain't that type of person to do this and that and this.
Who we talking some shit on here today, y'all?
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
like Okay, now you're at your highest element. But when you were down there,
Yeah.
your ass was quiet.
Quiet than a motherfucker.
You were silent.
You didn't want to talk.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have nobody to cloud on. You didn't have no friends. You didn't have you had everybody against you. You had everybody that didn't like you. You were at your lowest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were at your depressed moment. So you were quiet.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
People want to pray for God because of clout. They don't want to pray for God when they need a bill paid when they working on it.
Right.
Yeah,
Because their mind is not on God. Their mind is on, I gotta hustle. I gotta get out there. I'm gonna do my most darkest secret, become a fucking stripper. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta grind. I gotta get it from the mud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fake.
Right.
That's fake.
But as soon as that light opens up for you, now is, oh God. Let me throw out some scriptures.
Right.
Let me go ahead and say.
And I think that's manipulating influencers when they see that too.
It manipulates.
It's a manipulation, bro. Like I really see that.
Because to me it irritates me because I'm like, I know you. I know
but
the
you
true
come
you.
from the house of the Lord when you was a kid. So when you see something like that, what do you think?
Oh man, that irritates me.
What do you think when you see that?
I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I was, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up in the church. I was man deep in it for years, for many years. So when I see it, it irritates me because I'm like, every time somebody is at their lowest. And that's when God tells you to come to me when you're at your lowest.
Yep, at your lowest. I hear you.
Come at me when you're naked, when you're stripped